Welcome back, everybody. So today we're going to have the next tasting of batch 5 of my Tropical Session White IPA. This was a 5-gallon batch, and I split it into 5 1-gallon batches and used different yeast. So for the grain bill, 5 pounds, 8 ounces of 2-row, 4 pounds of white wheat. Then for the hops in the boil, 1 ounce of Warrior at 60. After that 60 minutes, cool down to 170. We will Whirlpool point 5 ounces of Amarillo, Centennial, and Citra, 1 ounce of Galaxy for 20 minutes. Now this one is using the Omega Yeast 090 Kveik yeast, bottled on 7.1, 5.14% ABV. Now, with this yeast, our homebrew store just got it in when I made this like a day or two before, and I wanted to ferment it very hot, so I put it in the garage. Our temperatures here in Michigan at that time were ranging 95, 98, somewhere in there. So I think the low temperature in the garage when I took the temperature of these in the fermenter was 88, and the highest was 102, 105, somewhere in there. This did finish in 3 days. Okay hiss, okay smoke. Seems like if you haven't, I just did the review of the 071 Omega yeast, and that one really didn't have hiss or any smoke either. We'll see if this smells the same. Shouldn't, but you never know, because those Mr. Beer fermenters, the cap just sits on there, so anything could get in there. Now, is it gonna? At the beginning of fermentation, I would say no. I would say it's pushing too much out for something to get in there. But like I said in the 071, that it was finished in 3 days. So I could see after 3 days that stuff's able to get in there because, you know, there's no pressure pushing anything out. Where if it had a regular airlock, you've got that water or some kind of Star San vodka in there that's going to keep stuff from getting in there. Well, these Mr. Beers, somebody had the idea to fill the top with vodka, which I'm going to do. I'll use Star San. Then that way, it's almost like you're adding an extra barrier to those. No head. What bubbles I do have are white. Color. This has orangish tint to it too. A little bit more hazier than the 071, but not by much. And some bubbles coming up. I would say this one's carved more. Let's go ahead and smell. Passion fruit. Like a sweeter, dank passion fruit, very low smell. Yeah, I would say, oh, what was that? Yeah, definitely a kind of a danky passion fruit. Very low level smell, nothing in your face. Let's go ahead and taste. That fruit, passion fruit, really mixes well together. I think it's a touch undercarbed. That's what I think this beer should taste like. There's like a little sweetness in there, like it didn't attenuate all the way. The body is kind of on the thinner side. I would say this is 3/4 of the way between light and medium. Yeah. But I'm thinking, and I get that passion fruit sweetness in here, but it's almost like, okay, if I'm getting the passion fruit, why put the other hops in there? I don't know if the Amarillo, Centennial, and Citra are adding that much to this. Yes, I'm getting some fruitiness, but are you going to get that from Galaxy too? Probably. If it's a passion fruit, you're probably going to get some fruitiness. And that's what I'm thinking, that yes, this is good, but I think that Galaxy is overpowering all those other hops. But it's almost like it's not enough hops to really bring it out. Yes, it's a session, but I want more flavor out of them. Perceived bitterness is around 30. Easy drinking. No bitterness really. I mean, there is some back there, 30. Aftertaste, that passion fruit comes out, maybe a touch of fruitiness, a touch of wheat. I think the wheat is overpowering the two-row, but I could see that. So yeah, it's almost like, why don't you just take all the other hops out, leave the Warrior in there, and just do Whirlpool with an ounce of Galaxy. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I guess it's weird that Citra and maybe Centennial. Centennial, I usually get more citrus out of, which I haven't got out of any of these, than the Amarillo. A little peach skin, peach, and I'm not getting that. But I do believe, since tasting all these for the second time, that Galaxy at 1 ounce is probably overdone. I would have to taste, or I would have to taste and see another recipe that uses Galaxy and other hops around the same amount, because the Galaxy is double the hop, or double the amount per all the other ones, and it's really, in my mind, taken everything out. Like, I want to make this again. I would probably do the same thing, but I would probably add some wheat to it. But just leave out the Galaxy and see what that does, to see what flavors are coming through. Are we going to get almost bland because of the wheat? Maybe the wheat's going to do something. Or are we going to get more fruitiness or a little citrus? Because yeah, I think that Galaxy is just a little too powerful. Like, it needs to be used in smaller quantities. But that's just me. But yeah, that's good. I would brew this, but again, like I was saying, do we need the other hops? So we'll make some more batches, but yeah, I'm going to do a side-by-side of all of them. So if you enjoyed this video, check some more out over here. And until next time, happy brewing.